Insights with Terri Coots, a weekly look through the eyes of predictive astrologer Terri Coots. Here's Terri.
Hi everyone, this is Terri, and you're listening to Insights with Terri Coots. Thank you for joining me to explore together the week of June the 9th through the 15th, 2024. I'm going to spend just a little bit of time on the astrology and the numerology part. I do want to touch on some of the health issues that may come up for some of us, bearing in mind that it's a general discussion for some of us this week. But I do want to work with some of the cards that came up for this week and some of the lessons that the universe wants us to be cognizant of and maybe incorporate into our life. So hopefully it's a little bit easier, a little bit more understandable, whether it's easier or not, but maybe just a little bit more understandable. So getting to the astrology and getting that behind us, the sun sign is in Gemini, and that's been for a little bit. And Mercury, the planet of the mind, how we think, how we communicate, that is in Gemini. And Venus is in Gemini, the planet of love, beauty, attraction. So we have it kind of straight across the board. Now we don't have it in the moon this week, which might be a good break for us. We do have Virgo. I'll discuss that a little bit later. We do have Virgo on Wednesday, where the moon is going to land. That ruling planet of Virgo is Mercury. So these are all Mercury-ruled planets, which is, doing things as well as we possibly can. So that Gemini energy will want us to strive for new information, more accurate information, keep us not necessarily focused as much as needing to acquire more information, needing to have situations or communications that are of interest or value, not being able to tolerate boring, dull, repetitive, so we won't have the patience for that. Just be careful that you don't get too scattered, too much in your mind. If we go too much mental energy, then we can just end up overthinking things and maybe overshooting the target or the goal. Mars, the planet of our attraction and our passion, is in Taurus. Now that is moving from Aries. It's been in Aries for feels like forever. Aries being a fire sign and impulsive and pretty volatile. It is now a little bit smoother kind of energy for Mars, depending on the people. I mean, if you need more drive and more impulsiveness, then Aries was the perfect planet for you. But if you'd like to be a little bit more methodical, a little bit more determined to achieve something, then Taurus and Mars will be a little bit better for you. And that happens on the 10th of this month. I know I'm jumping ahead, but we will have a full moon on the 22nd. That's just next week, a week from this week. I'll confuse myself if I'm not careful. And that energy allows us, I just want you to prepare for it. That energy allows for us to see other things and maybe different ways of behaving. So in the full moon, we can bring it fully into our experience. Let it flower, let the energy just surround us. Now that can be lunacy. We didn't get that name for no reason. Too much moon, and we have a lunatic. So with that, though, it can give us a real nice sense of bringing new things into our life, maybe new behaviors, new repatterning, looking at revamping things in our life, new ways of working with things. It's not a new moon, but it's a full moon, and it lets us fully discover ourselves and envelop this new way of looking at things and making it happen. And it's full of energy. Not a new moon is not. New moon is opposite. It doesn't give us, well, not everybody's the same, I guess, but it just doesn't give us the energy that a full moon does. Watch the weight gain during a full moon. We get hungry sometimes, and it's just something that when it's coming up to a full moon about a week before, I try. I try to get the potato chips and the chocolate bars and all the other junk out of the house because it's going to go down the gullet. That's just the way it is. There's no satisfying hunger during a full moon. So just be careful. So that's where I buy all my carrots and have them there. I have the bags of salads. I want to be full, but I want to be full of something that's not going to come back and haunt me later. And that full moon on the 22nd will be in Capricorn, so that will give us an awesome opportunity to look at how we can be responsible, how we can get our projects done, how we can do a really good job doing it. And it also offers us an opportunity to look at ourselves in a very pragmatic way and say, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What good about me do I want to keep going? And what would I like to shrink? Is there something about myself that I'd like to shrink? Probably my mouth or my stomach, or you know what I mean. And the number that was given to us for all of this week is the number 5. And when you pair number 5 with all the energy that's going on right now, we need movement. You look at Gemini, movement, air sign, thinking, interest, entertainment. Let's go here. Let's do this. Let's read this book. So this is a need, number 5, when you pair it with this, for movement, change. Maybe if you're a traveler, this would be the time to look at places. You don't have to go if you don't want to, but you could look at places that would be interesting for you for down the road. With number 5 in this energy field, we want to search. No, we want to. I should rephrase that. We need to search for freedom and adventure. So make an adventure. Go do something that's different. Maybe do frisbee golf if you haven't done that before. Go do battle axe, and just do something different. Try that card game, Cards Against Humanity, which is hilarious if you have open-minded adults around you. It is very funny, gross but funny. It allows us to be open to new things and new ideas, this number 5, and then you pair it with the full moon that's coming. Wow, that's great. And there's an inclination with this for leadership. We need good leaders so badly. I don't hate Trudeau, and I'm not fussy about Doug Ford. I can't stand Pierre Poilievre, but, you know, there are some people that are considered lay in this world of ours that would be phenomenal leaders. And this is an energy field that maybe will help somebody discover that they have leadership skills. There's an inclination in them for leadership, because God knows we need better leaders. Surely, to heavens, we have better people than are in place right now. You tell me that in all of the United States, and I'm not against Biden, I just think he's wearing out like I am. And how much energy do we have at 80? I don't know. I'm almost there. So you tell me in all of the United States, these are the only 2 people they have to choose from for possible presidents? Really? Like, I don't know. I'm really confused there. You tell me that in all of Canada, the only 2 people that we have here to choose from would be Trudeau, which I don't hate him. I just think we could do better. He did what he needed to, and now people aren't so happy. And Ford, who just makes up things as he goes and wings it and isn't true. Although he's done some nice things in some cases, but I don't have good feelings. And Pierre is a little Trump. So you tell me we don't have 3 people in all of Canada that don't have better morals, better motives than just themselves? So this is where I think the universe is trying to develop or cultivate in some of us, not me, younger people, but some of us and the younger people, to look at leadership roles that they could possibly take and make a difference, inspire people instead of bringing them down, create bonds instead of divisiveness. And I think that this number 5 is, and the new moon together, and Capricorn, is trying to get some of us to open our eyes. It's an ambitious energy, number 5 with this, but it's also very sensitive. And this would be the time to avoid routine and boredom. So I know that I will be doing in the next little bit while I'm working with this number 5 in the planets. I might do my routine a little bit different. My chores in the morning before my first clients come, I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I might make my coffee right away instead of waiting till the dogs are fed. I might, who knows what I might do. Go feed the dogs and take the dogs for a walk before they have their breakfast. I'm going to mix it up. And we will be impressed by people who are able to convince us of something in any area, which means that they have the gift of gab and way to let us look at something different for a change. The weakness of number 5 in this location is we have to be careful not to succumb to sudden ideas that don't make sense, to increase this instability around us. There'll be an inclination to nervousness and restlessness when you add Gemini into this mix. You know, I said you've got to keep yourself grounded because this is an air sign. So we really have to work to keep in balance, both in emotional balance, our professional balance, and in our financial area. So really work on balance, kind of middle of the road with this. We won't like rules. This is an energy field. When you combine them, it does not like being told what to do, and we won't like restrictions, and we cannot be forced to do something. I could feel that coming last week when the CDC made it mandatory that you cannot bring, as of August the 1st, puppies across the border. I can never buy another puppy from the United States and get one here. Anything under 6 months. So that made me mad. Rules don't make sense when they don't make sense. Restrictions don't feel good when they don't make sense. And I don't feel like I want to be forced into doing something like this. So that's what you're going to feel. You're just going to feel that. Now, as we make all these changes, just kind of beware of accidents during this time, because when we have so many planets doing what they're doing, there is a little bit of a risk for maybe tripping down the stairs or not being mechanically efficient, and our bodies don't catch up to us and we go careening off in God knows what land we're going to be going into. Now, quickly, the cards, I just wanted to bring them to your attention. Work card came up for both weeks. Now, it's in a good energy field, so maybe work might take a little bit of different perspective for some of you. And in that, what I mean is, I think that they're trying to get us to look at work a little differently than we normally do. I think what they want us to do is look at work. We spend a lot of time at work, unless you work from home. But I think they're wanting us to work our minds in a way that what we do for a living, we look at it more than just this is, I'm just doing this for a paycheck, is who do we work with? How does that affect us? How do we make a difference in our work environment? Are we paying for our paycheck? Are we being productive? How are we helping the company or our boss or ourselves in our work environment? They want us to contribute to making it positive, not negative. And that means staying away from the people that are mentally imbalanced and negatively leaning. They lean towards negativity. Nothing would make them happy. I had a call like that the other day from a potential client that I made sure I was too busy to have. You know, when you can see storms on the horizon. This woman opened the conversation with telling me how the dentist, you know, this was to book an appointment, how the dentist that she had was an idiot and a fool and trying to, well, the word she used is screw her over because he took out a tooth he wasn't supposed to. I've never met this woman before. How her neighbor was a schizophrenic and the kid down the road was a latent murderer and tortures little bunnies. It was... At the end of 20 minutes, I thought I was going to dig my eyes out with a spoon, and I thought, whoa, this person isn't anybody I want to cross paths with. So that mentally imbalanced energy that I'm talking about right now, not staying in the middle of the road, you don't tweak the nose of the bear. So I just told her I was probably going to be busy for the rest of my life. Didn't see any openings coming for the next 10 years. And she would really probably do herself a big favor by finding somebody that could get her in sooner. Oh, yes. So beware of people around you that are negative. And if you've got bells going off, then bells should be going off because this is the wrong person. If you've got feelings that just are erupting in you that this situation isn't good, there's going to be some pressure on all of us to keep our minds straight. They really, really, really want us to work on our health. That is so important right now. They're pushing to look at your health. That doesn't mean you have to become a nut. It just means that they want you to pay attention to your body, and when your body's not happy, it'll make sure that you're not happy, and they want you to honor and respect the words and the feelings and the symptoms that your body is trying to talk to you so that you can make it right and make it good. Some people in this weekly discussion of the cards may find it very difficult to find joy in their life, true, unaltered, undiluted joy where you just think, oh my God, I'm so happy, I'm so happy. They want us to experience that. So try to find out what isn't happy in your life. Can you eliminate it? If you can't, what can you do to increase it, even if it's just a little bit? And that way they'll get you to find emotional fulfillment. That's the key to this week. That's what they want you to really, really focus on. If you have joy, if you're happy, if you know what that really is, then you'll be more likely to be able to spread that around. Okay, kids, so that's basically the message for this week. I want to thank you so much for taking your time and sharing your time with me. I really want to thank Charlie O'Brien for spending the time to put us up on Spotify podcasts, Apple, iTunes, Amazon Music Podcasts, SoundCloud, and YouTube. And then he gives me the link as soon as he can, and I put that up on Facebook. He has also created the website www.terriworld.com, and there's podcasts that he has archived if you've missed any or need to just go over it again, the last 4 or 5 of them. So if you need a website done, he's phenomenal at it. He really did a good job. He's good at taking pictures too. Actually, he's got so many talents, it's unbelievable. He's good at crafts. He's amazing. He's amazing and great in radio. So he's the man. He's the man. Thank you, Charlie, for doing all that you do for all of us. And if you need a reading or help with your dog, I'd be happy to do that for you, with you. Just text or call 519-726-6699, or you can email me at terri.coutts@gmail.com. I'd be happy to do a specific reading for you so that we can figure out what's going on in your life and how do we make it better and how do we enjoy ourselves, find all that joy and stick it into our life so we can pass that on. Thanks again. You have yourself a wonderful week, and we'll talk soon, I'm hoping. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to Insights with Terri Coots. Visit Terri's website at terriworld.com. TERRI world.com.